At the start of every football season, whether it's the preseason or the kickoff of the college or pro football regular seasons, customer service inevitably gets emails asking me here on the video report to run down who did well the year prior in football. And that's what I'm going to do for you guys in just a moment. But let me just say, playing devil's advocate and just being totally forthright with you, remember, it's no different than buying a mutual fund. It's no different than buying a stock. Past performance is not indicative of future success. It never is. But there is something that you can take out from many of the numbers I'm about to give you. It's the long-term success of given handicappers. No different, again, that when you're buying a stock and when you're buying a mutual fund, you know, inevitably those little tables, they like to show you how it's done the last 3 months, the last year, the past 5 years, the past 10 years. Long-term success. It does show you that a particular handicapper is able to turn a profit over the long haul in a given sport. Why? Because he does well in that sport. That does, again, not a guarantee that every single year you're going to win, but it does mean something. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I mean this quite seriously, guy. The handicapper who has done the best here in football, as far as I'm concerned, and the NFL especially, over the past 5 years, it is Shawn Michaels. He is not an everyday handicapper. He is in and out handicapper, right? Only releases plays when he is personally playing on them, and that has been the case for years here at the site. But he has made $10 bettors $30,405 in football. That's college and pro combined over the past 5 years. He enters this season on a 70, 41, and 4 run in the NFL. He has won 20 out of 26 100-dime max wager releases in college football, okay? He's gone 43 and 21 with his teasers over the past 5 years, most of them in football as well. And his 100-dime NFL releases, 59, 31, and 3 over the past 6 seasons. So, no ifs, ands, or buts. Again, he has done the best when it comes to football here, college and pro. As for me, I've turned a profit in college and pro football 10 of the past 13 years. I can live with that. Yeah, 3 losing seasons in 13. I can live with that. One of the newcomers here at the site, and a guy who has just done tremendously, as you know, in all sports here, since he joined the site shortly after the Super Bowl in February of 2014, Gabriel DuPont, last year in the NFL, $10 bettors, made $7,195. And his best bet selections, his major wager plays, he had 150 dime play, he hit it. 100 dime normal max wager releases, he went 7, 1, and 1. Scott Delaney, who has done phenomenal with his major wager plays, 50 dimes or higher over the past 4 years, okay? And with his 100 dime releases as well in all sports in that time period as well. Last year in the NFL, made $10 bettors $3,090. Over the past 2 years, NFL alone has made those same $10 bettors a little over $5,000. And he went 6 and 3 with his highest rated plays on the season, 100 and 200 dime releases. And then how about his performance last year in the College Bowl campaign, where he made $10 bettors a little over $2,400. Chris Jordan, NFL regular season play since 2007. $1 bettors have won $9,685. Steve Budin's #1 football crew over the #1 NFL crew, I should say, over the past 6 years has been the Baltimore crew. But last year, they struggled. And instead, how about his Cali Cartel crew? They capped a 27, 14, and 1 football season. That's NFL and college football combined with the Super Bowl winner. 27, 14, and 1. So again, those are some of the positive records, the best of the best that I can gather here for you. Of course, preseason play really getting underway tonight. Who knows how the next 4 weeks will turn out. I can tell you again what I always preach at this time of year. Preseason football, It's not that interesting to watch, I don't think, but it's certainly bettable and it's certainly winnable. Listen, the bottom line is it's a 50-50 betting proposition. One team covers, one team doesn't. It's no different tonight in preseason play than in any other sport, any other time of the season. The difference being, of course, that you've got to take the time to do the research, which, of course, is why we do this 24/7, 365 days a year, and you don't. You've got to definitely look at the rotations. You realize the starters are going to play one series, maybe two series, maybe if you're lucky, one good drive, maybe one quarter here in week 1 action, right? Everybody ramps up to week number 3. That's the real week of preseason play before you get to the meaningless week number 4. But you've got to know what your quarterback rotations are. You've got to know who's playing and who's not in terms of your running back rotations. You've got to also have a sense, a feel for which coaches give a damn about the preseason, which coaches are actually using the preseason because they have nice, good, strong teams to flesh out their second and third string units, which coaches, especially those that are newcomers and rookie coaches, first-year coaches with their respective teams that are looking to change and turn around a losing attitude. You got to factor all those things into the equation. And yet, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's still a 50-50 betting proposition. So, guys, with that being said, I am going to give you a free play in the NFL tonight. That I'm going to take a look at the game between the Browns and the Washington Redskins, plus a baseball selection as well on the Dodgers and the Reds. I took a split with my free plays last night, cashing with the Blue Jays on the run line, losing with the Cubs on the run line, still 46-17 roll with the complimentary plays over the past 4.5 weeks, and those selections are coming your way in just a moment. Let's talk about some of the big plays here at the site today. Matt Rivers not giving a damn about football, and we should be happy about that because he has just been so red hot with his baseball plays here. 11-3 with major releases over the past 4 weeks, and you've gotten every single one of them for at least half price today. Half price off once more, a play that again matches the biggest play of his career in his 12 years as a charter member here of the site. 19th ever blank check, waived the rating release. His 2015 baseball cheap chalk of the year. It goes on the nighttime card. You just got his blank check winners for half price on the Blue Jays on the run line over Oakland on Tuesday, on Kansas City as a run line dog over Detroit on Monday. And this play, of course, is even bigger than his 4th consecutive Sunday night game of the year play, which you got this past weekend as he hit with his 500,000 star winner number 10 out of 12 with the, who was it? The Pirates taking care of business that night. So again, it's the half price play of the day, and the coupon code is simply blank, BLANK. Brian Rosica. He was the only guy here at the site to have a preseason play on the Hall of Fame game on Sunday, and he won it. It was a 25-dime release. Minnesota Vikings minus the 4 to 4.5 points, getting the job done over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today, a play twice as strong, his 50-dime opening preseason kickoff lock of the year. It's on your game between the Jets and the Giants. You can save $70 by using the coupon code Rosica. His last name, Rosica. Once again, his last name gets you $70 off the regular purchase price. Another play you should be familiar with tonight, the 777 triple play, which has been so productive over the past 6-7 weeks. Gabriel DuPont. 50-dime winner, number 23 out of 35. His preseason opening total of the year, your Chargers, Cowboys, over-under play. It's the last game on the board. He has made $10 bettors, and this is something I talked about earlier in the video report regarding his long-term success here in the site in all sports. He's made $10 bettors since the middle of April, a little over 10 grand. He's made them over $17,000 in all sports this year. He's made them over $23,000 since Thanksgiving, and 50-dime plays or higher, which are his major wager releases. Those $10 bettors have won over $29,800 since he joined the site in February 2014. He's the 777 play of the day, which means you get the play for $7.77 by using coupon code 777, TRIPLE, and the number 7. I tell you the good, I got to tell you the bad quickly here. Chris Jordan yesterday going for the second straight 2,000 star double your wager winner after hitting last Saturday with David Price in Toronto 6-0 over the Yankees. He had the Cubs on the run line yesterday. They won, but only 3-2 in extra innings, so it was a loser. As for me, tonight I am turning to preseason football because I got to be honest with you guys. The baseball card is not that good. I'm going for winning day number 21 out of 33 with the Cowboys-Chargers side selection here this evening. Now, with all that being said, let's get to your complimentary plays. I'll do these in reverse chronological order, which means first I'm going to take a look at your game in baseball, where I'm going to take the Dodgers on the run line tonight. And the Dodgers, because I'm willing to lay the 1.5 runs, I can go ahead and get them here at plus $1.15 to plus $1.20 at home against the Cincinnati Reds. Now, Matt Latos, is it Latos or Latos? Do I really care? No, not really. I don't. So let's just call him Matt and move on. The bottom line is this. He's facing his one-time team, the Cincinnati Reds. His first start after being acquired for the Marlins for the Dodgers, very good. Gave up 1 run in 6 innings and a win against the Angels at home. His second start, not so good. Pitching at Pittsburgh over on Saturday, gave up 6 runs and 4 innings of work. I like them to rebound the Dodgers as well here. Listen, the Dodgers the past 2 days won, what, 5-0 and 3-0 at home against the Nationals with Greinke and Kershaw on the hill. Somebody else has to go and win at the back end of the rotation. That's why they went out and got this guy. That's why they went out and got Alex Wood from the Braves as well. Somebody has to produce. Reds did win 7-3 yesterday at San Diego, but they had lost the first 2 games of the series and 6 of their previous 7. They're 2-4 on their current road trip. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have won 6 of 7 at Chavez Ravine. They're 39-19, 20 games over 500 at home. Meanwhile, the Reds 14 games under the number on the road, so I'm going to take the Dodgers on the run line. I think your free pick tonight, or I should say this differently, I think the best of all the games that I handicapped, other than the one I used tonight, which was on the Chargers-Cowboys, the best option next to that one would be this one, and it would be Cleveland minus the 2 points at home against Washington. So, what are you going to see from the Browns here tonight? Well, you're going to see Josh McCown, who they went out and signed as a free agent, to play all, or if not most, of the first quarter with the starters in there. And then you're going to see a number of backups. You're going to probably see Johnny Manziel, although he was nursing a sore elbow here for a couple of days and didn't practice Tuesday. You're going to see Connor Shaw. You're going to see Thad Lewis. What are you going to see from the Washington Redskins? Well, you're going to see RG3. You're going to see Kirk Cousins. And then you're going to see Colt McCoy. But what else are you going to actually see from the Redskins? Now, I know they went 3-1 in the preseason last year. And then what happened? They went 4-12 during the regular season. And Jay Gruden's certainly under fire here. Deshaun Jackson's not going to play. 2 of their top 2 tight ends, Logan Paulson and Jordan Reed, aren't going to play. One of their top linebackers, Ryan Kerrigan's not going to play. You know, RG3 last year, 20 pass attempts in 3 preseason games, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks, 2 fumbles, 13 completions. First team offense did not score a single touchdown in the preseason last year. Not a single touchdown. But this is not a big surprise, because if you look back at the Redskins last year in the regular season, they were 26th in the league in red zone efficiency. They were also the 4th most penalized team in football last year, and the 2nd most penalized team when it comes to total yards lost because of those nasty little yellow flags being thrown. I like the direction the Browns are going. I like the way the Browns have handled their training camp here. I think Washington has so many unanswered questions. I think this is a cheap price to take the home team that is a little more motivated to come out of the box strong. And again, I'm going to go with the Browns as your complimentary play. Listen, I handicapped all the games here today, so if you want to stick around, let me give you some of the notes and some of the tidbits that I picked up from looking at into all the other games. You know, you got Baltimore tonight taking on New Orleans. You know, Joe Flacco's not going to play much. You know who's going to get most of the playing time here tonight? It's going to be Matt Schaub. You know, if this was 3 years ago, you'd probably be happy with that. But he's not that guy that was with the Texans anymore. This is a guy who was cut by the Raiders in March after throwing just 10 passes in mop-up duty in 11 games last year and having 2 of those 10 intercepted. And you remember the problem he had with interceptions, especially those being pick sixes when his final tenure with his tenure with the Houston Texans expired, right? This guy is not the guy, as I said, that you used to see a few years ago lighting up the scoreboard. He's been errant with his throws in the preseason. There's also been some question regarding his arm strength as well. But listen, the Ravens are counting on him to be their number 2 quarterback because they let Tyrod Taylor leave for free agency, and I think he went to the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, you got Drew Brees, and of course, the New Orleans Saints are just revamping both sides of the line of scrimmage here. You know, Brees, 18 possessions in 8 preseason openers since 2006 when he joined the Saints. 18 possessions, have produced 4 touchdowns and 3 field goals. He averages about 14 snaps during those 8 preseason opening games. Has never played more than 3 series, but he's certainly been productive in limited action coming out of the box, completing over 61% of his passes for 361 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And the Saints have won 6 of those 8 games. But again, this is a rebuilding Saints team here. And I think tonight you're going to see Garrett Grayson, their 3rd-round choice out of Colorado State, see some action at quarterback because he might be the guy that gets groomed as Brees' successor here. In terms of what happened when these two met last year in the regular season, remember the Ravens came in New Orleans and won a slugfest 34-27, a game in which the two teams combined for 974 total yards. But you're not going to see Justin Forsett run for 182 yards tonight. You may not even see Justin Forsett even play in the damn game, right? The starters for the Ravens are only going to play a series or 2, according to John Harbaugh. And the Ravens' big question mark is all the young receivers that they're looking to develop here tonight. So that's what I gleaned from analyzing that game. Of course, you got New York and Detroit. Geno Smith, you know what happened to him. So what does that mean? Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is certainly familiar with the offense, having played under offensive coordinator Chan Gailey previously, is going to see the bulk of the action here tonight, followed by Bryce Petty, who, remember, at Baylor never took a snap under center, okay? So this is all new for him, okay? For Detroit, you're going to see Matthew Stafford and the first teamers probably playing maybe a series, and then he's going to give away to Kellen Moore and Dan Orlovsky. Maybe even Garrett Gilbert might see some duty in the 4th quarter. The running back out of Nebraska, Amir Abdullah, has been very impressive in spring camp summer camp so far. He's expected to see some big-time action here tonight. Remember, though, the Lions may not be as strong defensively as they've been in previous years. They lost that real pain in the ass, and you know who I'm talking about, who left and went to Miami and took the sack full of money. So, you know, they're kind of revamping their defensive line, so you don't know what you're going to get there. Green Bay is taking on New England. Jimmy Garoppolo is expected to see most of the action early, a quarterback for the Patriots. Aaron Rodgers, maybe a series? Brett Hundley, the former UCLA quarterback, who's another guy who is not used to playing in the pro-style offense and taking snaps under center, is going to see some action most likely here tonight. Garoppolo has not been sharp. Reports say, during camp so far, holding the football too long, going a little high with the bulk of his passes, especially over the middle. But remember, he struggled last year in preseason, and then he came out and he made his NFL debut and the opener and playing in the second half and went 9 for 13, 157 yards and a touchdown. And that's why they had so much faith in having him eventually move into that number 2 spot behind Tom Brady. But the scary part for the Patriots here tonight is that Ryan Lindley, who they just signed, is probably going to be the guy that's going to see the bulk of the duty in the second half of this game. That's scary as far as I'm concerned. So there you go for that game, and that's it. One other thing to remember for preseason, remember point after attempts, no longer from the 20. They're now at the 33. Will you see more teams attempt 2-point conversions here because it's not a gimme from 20 to 33 yards anymore? You might see some more higher scoring games, or could see some lower scoring games if those 2-point conversion attempts fail. But I got to think that, guys are going to be, coaches are going to be looking at their personnel package on the 2-point conversion drives. So I think that's something you're also going to be exploring here throughout the preseason. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all, and I'll catch you again tomorrow when we do this one more time.